Hi, folks. This is Bill. I'm responding to a request by a couple of folks inside of the group to do a live broadcast to update them on my progress through the ClickFunnels One Funnel Away Challenge. This thing started this week on Monday, and it's been a whirlwind. There's been a ton of things going on to do this course, and day one, we talked about establishing a belief in yourself and what you wanted to build. And hey, Greg Ryan and Todd T. Matt, glad to see you out there. Thanks for listening in. Day two, I'm trying to go by memory on some of these things because it's kind of starting to blur a little bit, even though we're only 4 days in. But day two, they talked about failures and what you learned from failure. It was really kind of cool because Russell Brunson apparently had tried to start internet businesses about 11 or 12 times before he had the successes that he had that allowed him to build the company, which later became ClickFunnels. And he kept trying and he kept trying and failing over and over and over again. And he just kept trying different things. And each time he learned a little bit more until, one day he had $1 million funnel. And that, taught him what he needed to know to go forward and try and replicate that, because this whole thing is about modeling successes that people have had. It was really good time. There was lots of resources that they gave us to look at, and videos and things like that. And then a little bit of an assignment to try and verify things that we had tried that didn't work, and what we did to overcome them and what we would do differently now if we knew it. So you learn a lot from that. Day three, we moved on to what your mission is, how you're going to go about it, what you're trying to create. What do you want to sell, and to whom? Because a lot of times people think about building their business in the wrong way, because they teach us to go build a business and then to come up with a product and then to find customers. And in fact, you should really do it the opposite way. Find customers, find out what it is that they want and need, build their product that they told you about, and then finally to go ahead and build the business systems that go in. So that was very valuable information and a kind of a different perspective of it. And there was also a lot of talk yesterday about getting things done and the opportunity cost. Comparing how much it would cost you to have a job done versus how much time you would invest in learning that skill and doing it yourself. And we're all bootstrappers. We're all new to business, and we all try and do everything ourselves, because frankly that's the only way we can afford to do things in a lot of cases. I know income is always an issue, but the idea of building your revenue base first really appealed to me. And they gave us some good resources on where we could go to find people that could do things for us if we didn't want to do them ourselves, or there's certain jobs you just shouldn't be doing, if you're thinking as a CEO versus if you're thinking as a business owner. So there a ton of notes. There's a very good community that they're building inside of this challenge funnel with lots of folks. There's a ton of people there, probably I guess 8,000 or 9,000 people are taking this challenge this time. And that, do the math on that, at $100 a pop, and then you figure somebody's going to buy ClickFunnels from it, or maybe a bigger course, or whatever. I mean, this is probably quite a moneymaker for the Russell and his crew. So hats off to him. Today's mission, day 4, was an example of the perfect webinar script and how it's delivered by a master. Russell showed us some things from one of the presentations that he had done, where he set a Guinness record for the most sales in the shortest period of time by one individual from a stage. So that was kind of cool. There were a lot of other takeaways from that, including some of the ways that Russell speaks and does things are very very powerful. Like, he doesn't do what I do. I notice myself on the screen not looking directly at the camera sometimes, but he's a master at where he places his eyes, and when he does different things, and I'm just not there yet, which is kind of one of the reasons why I'm doing these live practice runs here inside the group. And I realize this One Funnel Away challenge is not what this group is all about. I mean, we're all about affiliate to success, and I'm all for that. And that's one of the ways that I see going forward of growing my business is using the methods that Paul has been talking about. So I don't want to monopolize everybody's time, but I figured some people were curious about what goes on in this course and whether it's worthwhile. And I gotta say, the $100 I spent on the course so far is well spent. Any questions out there, guys? Just put them in the comments, and I'll take a peek and see what you're saying. Yeah, Todd mentioned that Russell also has tens of thousands of hours on the stage, and yeah, that really is true, and it shows. When you're one of the whole big things about ClickFunnels and funnel hacking and building a business around this is supposed to be modeling success. People who've already had success doing something, and watching somebody do a presentation, a webinar, what have you, you can learn a lot just from watching how they do it. So yeah, great question. Great comment, Todd. Thank you for that. I see the thumbs up going. That's kind of cool. We've got 2 people watching. I know this is unannounced or anything, and most of the people in this group will see this later, and that won't matter. I'll save it to the group if anybody wants to watch it later. So I know, there's only a certain number of us online, and I don't think it's a great idea to sit there waiting to see how many people come online when you do a live. I think you should just go for it. Folks will catch up later if they're looking for it. So I hope this helps somebody if you were thinking about taking the course next time around. I think it's going to launch again in March, although they haven't said that for certain. That's what's floating around everywhere. So whether it's worth it or not, obviously in a marketing course, they're going to market to you at some point, waiting for the other shoe to drop. So we'll see. But if I learn how to do more with ClickFunnels, or how to do more with even the implementation of the thought process behind a functioning funnel, then it's well worth it to me. So that's what I got, guys, and I really appreciate you listening in and encouraging me to make a log of these things, because obviously in just a couple of days you can forget some things that were really tip top on your mind when you first did them. So I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for this and giving me the opportunity to do these and get some practice. Thanks a lot, Paul, and everybody who turned in. Martin, Bola, Roy Shepard joined. I can see, you know, those people, Todd T-Med, as I said. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot, guys.